They called it the Kerridge House, a decaying Victorian mansion at the edge of town, hidden behind walls of ivy and rusted gates that groaned when the wind whispered secrets through them. For decades, people avoided it. The stories were always the same: disappearing pets, people vanishing, strange lights, and the feeling of being watched through the windows, even when no one was supposed to be inside. But to Noah Price, a small-town journalist with an ambition bigger than his circulation, the place was a gold mine waiting to be cracked open. He'd been working on a podcast, Midnight Files, and when he stumbled across a dusty letter in the town archives mentioning dimensional fractures in the Kerridge House, his curiosity erupted into obsession. On a rainy Saturday afternoon, armed with a voice recorder, flashlight, and his childhood friend Tessa, a no-nonsense history teacher, Noah stepped through the threshold of the haunted mansion. "You're really doing this, huh? Someone has to tell the truth about this place." The foyer was an architectural marvel buried in rot, chandeliers of twisted glass, staircases that looped like serpents, and a thick velvet carpet covered in decades of dust. Every footstep sounded like a whisper being heard in a cathedral. The deeper they went, the colder it got. In the library, Noah uncovered something strange. The books on one shelf were organized by year, not of publication but disappearance. 1917, Eleanor R. Morton Mirror Room. That's not a library catalog, that's a graveyard. Then they heard it, a soft click, like a door unlatching by itself. They followed the sound to a narrow hallway ending in an iron door. On it, etched in flaking gold paint, was one word: portal. This is either genius or the last dumb thing you'll ever do. He turned the handle. Inside was a room unlike the rest of the house. It was warm, clean, humming. The wallpaper shimmered and a circular pattern glowed faintly on the floor. At the center stood a mirror, tall, oval, framed in obsidian. But its reflection was wrong. Instead of showing the room behind them, it showed a forest. A dense, windless forest bathed in red light. It's not a reflection, it's a window. As if on cue, the mirror began to ripple. Noah, already recording, leaned in. The moment his fingers brushed the glass, he was yanked forward like a puppet. He vanished. Tessa screamed his name and lunged toward the mirror, but it had gone still, just her reflection now. Heart pounding, she stumbled back, only to hear footsteps from behind. But she was alone. Noah, help, trapped. Fourth portal. Clock room. Tessa ran. She searched the house, heart pounding, calling Noah's name. Then she found it. A room with no door, only a grandfather clock ticking backward. On its face, a crack formed, then widened. From it, a glow escaped. When she touched the clock, it shattered. Suddenly, she was somewhere else. Not in the house anymore, but a strange dimension where the sky was purple and gravity seemed optional. Stairs floated in midair. Doors hung open to places that didn't belong. Beaches, deserts, war zones. Then she saw him, Noah, trapped behind a door hovering above an endless abyss. "Tessa, the house, it's not haunted. It's alive. It opens gateways when someone enters with curiosity and fear. That's how it feeds. It doesn't want to kill us. It wants us to stay, forever." Tessa climbed, leaping from platform to platform. The door to Noah was closing. She grabbed his hand just in time. When they tumbled back through the portal, they were in a new room. It looked identical to the Kerridge House foyer, but something was off. The pictures on the walls blinked. The carpet moved subtly, like it was breathing. Noah were still inside. But we've learned something. In the center of the room was a pedestal, and on it, a thick book titled House of Portals, The Architect's Diary. Noah flipped through pages filled with frantic notes and diagrams. Each door leads to a dimension the house has tasted. Don't trust reflections, they lie to you. The only way out is to destroy the anchor, the heart room. They searched for hours, dodging illusions and traversing nightmare dimensions, stitched together like a patchwork quilt of lost worlds. One room was a perfect replica of Noah's apartment, until the furniture began crawling. Another was underwater, filled with floating skeletons. Finally, they found it. A small room in the attic, pulsing with red light. In the center, a heart-shaped crystal suspended in a cage of brass and bone. The anchor. If we break it, maybe we wake up, or we destroy the only thing keeping the dimensions from collapsing. But they had no choice. Noah raised the crowbar he'd picked up from a twisted garage dimension. One hit, he struck. The crystal cracked, then shattered. Instantly the house screamed. The walls writhed. Portals began snapping shut like mouths closing after a meal. A storm of light and sound roared through the halls. And then silence. Tessa opened her eyes. She was standing in the real foyer. No shimmer, no pulsing walls, no humming. Just decay and dust. We made it. They walked out the front door together. The house didn't stop them. Behind them, Kerridge House groaned and collapsed. Noah's voice recorder was still running. Weeks later, their podcast episode, The House of Portals We Lived It, went viral. But sometimes when Noah played the audio late at night, he heard something else. Beneath the voices. A whisper, "You left the door open," and in his hallway mirror, something waited.